welcome to another scene of Orlando Ascended. Today we are at the infamous by now house of Dr. Perkins, where Clea, Damien, and Kat are cohabiting along with Jesse and Dr. Perkins, who are not here at the moment. Uh, Clea is in the garage where she's staying, working on some electronics. Probably Kat is with her on the table, probably playing with some of the stuff that are laid on the table. And we'll start with the rest of the people, like Damien, for example, see what he does.
Fair enough. The scene pans to another room in the house, and basically sitting on a bed, reading a book and making notes in a leather notebook is Damien. Probably currently in pajama trousers and a tank top, since the weather is a bit on the warm side. He's noting a few things down and is furrowing his brow as he goes over some runes and comparing them with runes that he saw on the sarcophagus. Apart from that, he's pretty quiet and concentrated at his task.
What is Kat doing?
Cat is probably kind of in the house, just lying somewhere. Probably she'll be in the middle of the stairs, just lying there. Cause she's like that, kind of napping in the middle of the stairs.
Well, Clea is in the garage working on some electronics. Just for the fun of it, because that's how people are having fun. How about the rest of you?
Now, Mina is going to reach Damien and Clea if they have shared their phone numbers
Yes, that they have.
and say, hey, I wish to meet with you guys again. I kind of have like a couple questions that I want to ask and bring some diet cakes to Jesse.
That's actually very thoughtful of you. Thank you. Fair enough. I'd say, how about you swing over to our place? It is easy and there'll be less prying eyes.
The She will arrive after like probably half an hour.
Fair enough. In the
After seeing
meantime,
how well.
yeah.
Okay, so how about Tiago? What's his deal?
Well, where are we, and how am I getting there?
Well, we are at our house. However, Damien is also Verbenas, so I guess it's possible that you were asked by one of your people to
Higher
check
ups.
up on him or meet up with him because he's also new to the city.
And he arrived under very unusual circumstances, to say the
Yeah.
least. That will probably have made the rounds in the rumor section, at least amongst the Verbena.
Alright, then Tiago will roll up in his Honda Civic. Something used. Had some work done on it. Got quite a few scrapes around the back end. And he gets out. and we'll go knock on the door.
Damien will make his way down the stairs. Yeah.
Cat
Just
is in the middle.
quickly.
Cat is in the middle of the stairs, sleeping, like having a nap.
Yes, he'll gingerly walk over, but not on, Cat, and just continue down. Just saying, on my way, just a sec. And he manages to get down to the door, opens it up, and goes like, yes, how can we help you?
It's gonna open up like a little notebook. I'm looking for Damien.
That would be me, and who are you?
Name's Tiago Pinto.
And
He
he
looks left,
makes
looks right.
yeah, he
And he kinda,
makes a hand gesture to like continue.
and he's gonna look around. Counselor sent me to double check on you, make sure you are alright.
I see. I see, from the gardeners. Okay,
Mhm.
come in. And he closes the door, unlocks it, and lets you in.
As he walks in, like 2 or 3 like honeybees land on his shoulder. One goes digging around in his hair. He doesn't seem fussed by this at all.
Damien has seen similar things in the past, so he won't think much of it and close the door and lock it. Okay. Well, please have a seat. Would you like something to drink?
Sure.
What you fancying?
You're hosting, so whatever you like.
How about 2 cold ones? He smiles.
That works.
Just a sec. And he goes to the kitchen to get 2 cold beers.
Yeah, Tiago sees when he gets in, he sees a girl having a nap in the middle of the stairs. For some reason.
That is not gotta be good for the spine.
Probably not, but it's normal behavior for her. We can talk about that afterwards. But she's fine for the moment.
Bother.
I heard some tales about some revival ritual gone wrong, but I've only heard it from like 4 sources. He offers
That's enough
you
to.
a cold beer.
I'll take cold beer, pop it open.
Yeah.
Well,
Damien,
I mean,
yeah.
resurrection things go weird.
You
So
yes.
Are you guys in the kitchen now?
Yes.
Okay, well, Clea will come out of the garage and go look for Cat. She will see that Cat is at the stairs, so she will go up the stairs. She's going to pick her up and put her on her lap and give her a hug.
She purrs. She starts purring. And slowly wakes up. Hello.
I think there was someone on the door, but I didn't see. Did you see anything?
He's here. It's Tiago, one of the Verbena. He was
Oh.
sent to check up on me.
Oh, okay. Hi, new
Oh.
person.
May I introduce?
Hi.
That's Clea. Clea, that's Tiago.
Hi.
Hello.
Walk over, extend a hand. Nice to meet you.
She will kind of turn a bit, so because her arms now are around Cat, so she will kind of extend one
Oh.
weirdly and awkwardly. And you will notice that the arm is cybernetic.
Since you're close enough, he smells of wildflower. Maybe it's a little too much essential oil, maybe it's a little something, but he is very floral in scent, and you will see the occasional bee like come around from his hair.
Do you have a beehive on you?
No, they I use a lot of essential oils. I use a lot of floral things. They sometimes think my hair's flowers.
Oh, I see. Well,
So they just go wander. They don't sting.
anyway, this is our homie, kitty cat.
Cat kind of gets up. She stretches. As she stretches, she meows. Like, "Meow." And then she extends a head. Hello,
Howdy.
I'm Cat.
Shakes a
Well,
hand.
Catherine. People call me Cat.
Sleeping on the stairs like that cannot be good for your spine.
Mm. Cats do it.
They're mostly cartilage.
I'm half cat.
Just nods.
Yeah, Damien just sort of gives him a look like, humor her.
Nods. Well, I'm 10,000 bees in a trench coat, so whatever.
And she'll smile. She'll smile, and actually she'll nod. And do you have a specific flower that he smells like, or is it just like
No,
flowers?
wildflowers.
That sounds horrifying.
He'll he'll smell. She smells. I smell. I mean, I smell thistle and sunflowers and waxflower. And she'll say a few because she has that scent thing.
Nods.
You smell like flowers. A whole lot of flowers.
There's only one flower I really like.
The there was another voice that comes from the door. Ding dong, ding
Cleo will
dong.
jump up a bit. Are we
Uh,
waiting more people?
yes. God, the hermetic. What's her face? Mina, exactly.
Oh,
Mina gave me a call and said she wanted to talk about one or two things, so I told her to come around.
okay, I guess.
If you want to stick around, feel free. But if you don't want to, that's fine too. I'm sure I can take care of the two.
Well, I was told that I should be more friendly and open, so I suppose I should stick around.
Then grab a seat. On my way. And Damien goes back to the main door, opens it up, sees Mina, smiles. Please come in. And he opens the door for you.
Thanks. This is for you and for your household. As he
Thank you.
presents a cake.
By the way, guys, keep in mind that there is a distinct smell of weed in this house. That it's there, like, constantly.
And Mina immediately is like, "This
Yeah,
place
that's
smells.
a stoner's house.
What's this? Is this a perfume for your house?
That's our herbs?
Oh, nice.
It's cannabis for both sexes, and he ushers her in.
This is for Jesse. Diet cakes.
Excellent. I'll put that on the left, and that one on the right. So, good luck, everyone. Good news, everyone. We are actually stocked up on cake, even the low carb version. But yes, please, everyone take a seat. Mina, what would you like to drink?
A water, please.
Tap or bubbling?
Tap.
Very good. And he goes and fills up a nice big stein full of nice tap water.
Well, I have some good
Nice and
rum
cool
if
for her.
anyone wants.
You have what? I'm sorry.
Rum?
Oh, thank you.
I mean, if you want, I can go and get it.
Thank you a lot. Now, I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself. He looks at Tiago and Kat. I am Mina Ardent.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I guess we should have introduced. Abducted.
Introduced.
Yeah, sorry. I'll go get the rum. Don't mind
I'm
me.
I'm Catherine. People call me Cat. She'll extend a hand.
Mina extends a hand as well.
Yeah, I guess I'll shake hands, man.
And then she looks at Tiago.
Tiago, nice to meet you. Extends hand.
It's a strange name, Chago. It's a weird name. I've never heard it before.
But anyway, everyone in this building is a mage, so we can speak openly here.
Oh, I'm happy to hear it.
Oh, that's good to know.
I am Mina Ardent from Order of Hermes.
Oh boy, Wand Rider. Nice.
Thanks.
Now, everyone play nice here.
No, I am a
I-
wand receiver. It's completely okay.
Oh, so that's not a derogatory term. Okay.
For many others, maybe, but not for me.
Clea will return with a bottle of rum, black rum, and a box that she will put on the table. I said, well, for whatever you guys can choose to partake in, I suppose. And she'll and
What's in
she'll
the
and she'll
box?
flop on the couch next to Cat.
There's something in the box. What's in the box?
Damien has a quick peek. It's it's just our rolling stuff and our special herbs. He
Yeah.
smiles.
Yeah.
By the way, and he gives Mina the stein of nice cold water. Oh, Cat, do you need anything to drink?
Milk.
Fair enough. He goes and gets a glass of milk ready and gives it to her.
Thank you. I shall start drinking.
Right. Damien sits down, starts rolling a J, and simply goes, well, since people are here to either check up on me or have a chat, please start. And he looks at you guys away tentatively.
So
Well,
hey,
shit.
you new
Seems like
guy,
you're
I
in
never
one
seen
piece.
you. I've seen other verbenas. Haven't seen you before.
I'm not particularly social. I also tend to keep to my sanctum and run my business. Also have a tendency to slip from people's minds.
Oh.
With that fragrance, hard to believe.
You'd be surprised.
A lot of people try to enter each other's minds. That's very sad.
Well, no, I just tend to slip from people's minds. I'm not a
Ah,
very recognizable face.
she smiles as she understands what he means.
To be fair, out of character, I also have that, but only one dot. Just to blend in the crowds and shit. If we're talking about the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it only takes one dot. If you aren't super stand out.
Oh, what's standing out about Clea? Like the blue hair, the countless piercings and tattoos, the cybernetic arm.
It's
Yeah,
out
no,
in
one
the
dot's
open.
not.
The cybernetic arm is out in the open, right?
In the house, yes.
Mina actually checked the arm a couple times, probably. She seems very curious about it.
Tiago is sipping his beer, and then we'll cast a glance every so often at the arm.
Damien will have finished rolling up the J, and before lighting, he asks, would anyone like to partake?
You don't need to ask.
It's
Tiago
only
just kind of
polite.
waves his hand. Tiago waves his hand. Ah,
Fair enough.
gotta.
From Miss Mina, I know that she's not inclined for that, so that's that. Anyone else?
Thank you.
Probably Kitty. When Nelson's back, at least.
Hmm.
After a couple of minutes, Yaga will set the beer down, and then he'll reach into his back pocket and pull out a flask. Take a sip.
Fair enough.
Puts it back. For anybody who has any heightened senses, oh my god, all of the honey.
Damien takes a good long whiff of it and just goes, mead?
I own one of the top 4 meaderies, own and operate one of the top 4 meaderies in the state.
Oh, that's the business you do?
Well, it's a side. Mostly I own and operate an apiary. I relocate bees.
Oh, so you're a beekeeper. Well, that explains all the bees. Yeah, now it makes sense. I think.
Hmm. I'll have to keep that in mind, especially if I want to do a blood-heavy ritual. Thanks for the info.
Also own a large garden, and I work with several orchards, so
Excellent. I'll keep that in mind. I am an archaeologist by trade, currently organizing some new papers, and hopefully somewhere in the city I can get some work.
I'm a cyborg. Kinda.
You are. By all the classic definitions, you are clear.
yeah.
She will smile widely.
Fair enough. If you guys don't mind. He holds the J in front of him, closes his eyes, gives a prayer in Old Norse, and then lights it.
I'm half cat because people ran experiments on me.
Pardon? I
Not
beg your pardon?
okay. Not something I expect to hear in an early afternoon, but I'll run with it.
No, but
What did you
it's
say,
real.
sir?
People ran experiments on me. I'm half cat now.
Can you turn into a cat?
No, but I can smell very well, and I am very agile, and I can climb very well.
Nice.
Yeah, you should see her climb, like, not climb, jump on a tree. It's pretty cool.
It is highly unusual, not like your, for the lack of a better word, standard where kin.
I'm really sorry that, they made experiments on you.
I don't remember anything before. I remember it really hurt. It shall not.
Well, it's best to keep the positive things at least. Now she's half cat and she can jump really well and she can purr and people like her because cats are cute and nobody can say no to kitties.
Are you in a, is it something that happened to you as well, Clea?
What do you mean? I'm not half cat.
No, the experiment part.
I wouldn't know. I don't think so. I
Like,
don't know.
what I'm curious about is, like, how did you get your arm? It looks fantastic.
That it
Uh,
does.
Probably
Look,
someone put it there.
You don't remember, I presume.
No.
She's having a bad case of amnesia.
I got you.
Yeah, among
I
other
mean,
things.
super high quality. Looks like it came out of the Matrix.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's cool. I like it.
I mean, it's
Damien
useful.
just, sorry, Damien is just puffing in the background, watching everyone talk.
So, what did you want to talk about, Mina?
I think we should talk about it in private.
Oh, that's scaring me. Cause I think that if you want to talk in private, you're gonna start listing rules again. I'm not one for rules.
I'm not. It's not about listening. It's more about my curiosity.
Mm, about what?
You told me something about my uncle.
Oh, well, mm, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. I guess. She will extend her hand towards Damien to get the J.
And he passes it on.
I mean, uh, well, I mean, the only person we don't really know is the new dude, but
Which
are you,
new dude?
uh, I didn't, I need to write down your name, sorry. What's your name again?
Tiago.
Okay. I go
Please
37.
understand she has to properly categorize and save it in her mind. But
I
after that,
I
she'll
figured.
remember.
Yeah, after a time, I need to use it for a bit in order to, connect. It's
Yeah, for the first
yeah.
few times she called me number 8, I found it most entertaining.
I just wish that everyone would see it that way. But yeah, I mean, the easiest one so far has been cat, cause in my head it's cat like the animal, not cat like the name. So it's cat,
We gotcha. We gotcha. He smiles.
yeah, it's kitty cat.
And she'll smile.
I'm happy you didn't forget my name.
Oh, I did, but Damien mentioned it while you were here, so I picked it up again, so I didn't need to remember it. Also, I had the notebook open now when I saw it again, so yeah, I'm. I can catch on, I guess. Kinda, yeah, yeah. She will take a couple of puffs and pass it on to Cat.
And she'll like take a few puffs and pass it on to whoever is next to her.
I think those are all that are willing to partake.
Well, it's from a verbena too, from one of your peoples.
It's from
Yeah.
it's really dank ass Kush from the Hierophant herself, so it's okay. If they don't want to, they don't want to. He says that as he walks over to Kat and takes it again.
I mean, yeah, we don't peer pressure people. But yeah, if you are cool, I guess we can talk. Maybe. Uh,
I would say they seem to make a cool impression. They have been so far very friendly, and one was even so nice to bring cake. So I think we should continue talking. This is productive.
well, unless of course you're afraid about information about your uncle. The uncle is the serious dude, right?
I beg your pardon?
You'll have to be more specific.
You know, the
The
place where we go,
you,
the Hermes place, the serious dude.
yes,
Uh,
you told me that my uncle has a demon.
Yeah, he's one of his associates. I mean, he's been at the sanctum there when we were all there. He's helping out. He's my friend.
but sorry that I interrupt you, Cleo. But you said that he was a fallen angel at some point.
Head
Well,
tilts to the other side.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
but they told me that that's technically a demon.
I was under the impression that a fallen angel could fall either under the category of a deva, that is when they decide to take a more neutral stance, and like us humans, they are able to do good or bad. And then there are the devils that have fallen to hate and want to actively harm humans, mages,
so.
Well,
beings of a
I
similar
know
nature.
nothing of that, but I know that he has a dual thing going on.
So
And,
he is capable of hurting humans.
uh, I mean, we're all capable of hurting humans.
That's quite true.
Hmm,
I mean, a human's capable of hurting a human, but
yes,
somebody's gallivanting around with a fallen angel.
it would seem to be the case. In my experience, demons tend either to be horrific spawns of the worm, or they tend to be destructive creatures
What the hell is the
of the abyss,
worm?
It's an aspect in Umbra.
Of create.
of the Great Triad. To give you a very very simple primer, clear. Um, some of the humans, and I know the Guru, believe that the reality we reside in is basically constructed by three great umbral spirits, or, well, for the lack of a better word, you could say primal gods. One is wild. In metaphorically speaking, he's the one who creates the threads of the world. Then there is the weaver, who stands for stasis, and he weaves those threads into the patterns, which we tend to call the tellurium, or the reality as we know it. And then there is Worm, who used to be the pattern breaker. He would cut out those pieces in the tellurium that were stagnant, so that new, fresh forms, evolutions, stuff like that could happen, so that stagnation wouldn't set in. However, at some point, Weaver went mad, encased the worm in a sort of prison, and that drove Worm mad, which is the reason why, ever so slightly, he takes some form of entropy and becomes a defiler, a corrupter, and just lashes out at everything instead of planned hits on things that need to go, because they are stagnant, because stasis is overbearing in our reality. I hope that helps.
Okay, this is really confusing.
It's very heavy. There's
Uh,
a lot.
and I don't see what does that have to do with number one.
As far as I understand, demons are often connected with the worm. And the way you have described the other guy doesn't sound at all like a demon to me.
Well, I know that I've seen something that is kind of scary, but then, I think he has like a dual nature.
Nature?
Yeah. But I haven't seen him do anything bad. No. And he's not evil.
How do you know?
Are you
Because I
sure?
asked him if he's evil.
And you're sure he didn't lie?
Why would he lie to me? He's my friend.
Because he's evil.
It's a demon.
I think you're very prejudiced, and I don't like that. He's my friend. And he was at the church. If he was evil, he wouldn't be able to be in the church.
There are many fathers who are extremely sadistic and evil.
Yeah, but he was there, and there was this saint vampire dude there, and he didn't do anything. And there was this other girl there that's a mage, that's the church mage, and they're friends too. So,
Probably of the celestial chorus.
and they're
Hi-
friends.
His head tilts to the side, and there's almost like an audible buzzing, like you would expect out of a colony of bees, but
Hmm.
there's a very confused look on his face.
I mean, how do we know demons are evil? It says so in books, but books are written by by religious people who don't like demons. Not saying they're good, maybe they are evil. Just perspective.
That's a valid point. I've got the feeling we're working off a lot of what ifs and strong interpretations.
Do you guys know what is Nefandi?
Yes, the dude that we're fighting in the library. We talked about
Yes,
that, but that has
So
nothing to do with my friend.
yes. I, for one, know pretty well
Uh,
what an effendi is.
That has nothing to do with my friend. And he helps me. He helped me with the, get. He gave me information about the house, and then he helped me sneak up on the creepy lady with a vampire saint dude. And
You could be biased because you like him.
I'm not biased.
You could be, you like him. Remember, we solved that.
Yeah, that was a private conversation, cat.
Oh, sorry.
But anyway, I'm not biased. I'm just saying. Like, you can't just be, like, prejudiced against people just because, you know?
I think you don't get to decide how I would be, as much as I don't get to decide how you would be.
Then she'll take the bottle of mead and sniffs it. And I'll
it's in
roll
a
for.
flask. It's
Okay.
in a flask in his back pocket.
Oh, okay. Then she'll. Well, it's a bit weird, but she's with wild mind shot. She just sniffs like at your pocket where he's the meat is. And roll 10 this 6d10. What would you guys say? Because she can smell the honey, but she's trying to smell like what kind of honey, like made of what flower.
Oh, I mean,
So this,
it is a wildflower blend with some other spices, so you're
okay.
not gonna be it. It's
I
super
mean,
complex.
she's got that hypersensitive, so she can like smell specific things when she smells that. Like
So where is that merit out of?
from what's it called? Mage 20th, the Book of Secrets, page 38.
All right.
So, yeah, if your uncle is good with, having him as an associate, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to trust him.
Actually, she might try to have a sip of it, and then she could tell you.
I will have to talk with my uncle and see what this person is.
That actually sounds quite reasonable.
Hmm.
I thoroughly enjoy it when people are actually talking it out and not just automatically pulling out their wands, foci, and having at it, only to discover after a few limbs have been lost that it was all a big misunderstanding. And he looks very thoughtfully to his left leg.
If this is a criticism about me pulling a wand towards that leech, I still
Oh, no,
defend
no,
my
no,
action.
no, 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 no. I fully understand why you did what you did. There's a reason why I threw up my aura of death.
Well, okay, but
I mean,
I I need you to tell me that you're not a danger to my friend.
Mina kind of looks like surprised and says, "Pardon?
That you will not harm him.
I don't even know this person. How can I harm him?"
Well, it's easy to find out. Not from me, cause I'm not telling you. But you'll find out.
I will talk with my uncle, and I will do
what's
what
necessary?
what's necessary.
That's not very reassuring.
To be honest, your whole argument is also not reassuring to me. You say that he is your friend. You say he helps you, and he can just be a very evil person. Let's keep helping you and being on your good side, making you think that he is good and he is your friend. I personally think I just have a healthy paranoia and misunderstanding what you guys are saying. I don't think there won't. I don't think there
I
will be
don't
imperialism.
think that this issue really concerns you, if I'm honest.
It's connected to one of her relatives. Of course it will concern her.
Couldn't say it better myself. I will not disrespect Master Xavier. He is my mentor. I will ask him questions, and I'm sure he will give me the reasonable responses.
Well, I don't know if he really owes you any explanations. He has many associates after all. Not all of them are mages. There are other,
Yes,
you know.
he doesn't have owe me any explanation, and if he wants doesn't give me an explanation, that's completely all right. But I will hear it from him and not you.
Well, he's friends with the nice troll too.
I don't know what troll means.
You met him at the place, at the
The
house.
changeling.
Yeah, troll. He is. Yeah, he's
I think
blue.
you're referring to the changeling who belongs to the subsection of changelings known as trolls. However, he had a glamour on, which made him appear like a normal human.
Yeah,
So
he's
who knows?
blue.
Maybe she didn't pick up on that. Was she there? To be fair, a lot of things were going on. I was more focused on getting the chain zombies uh, cut down to size.
Well, yeah, but I saw that he was blue and big and with horns, and he's nice and ice and nice. Yeah.
But yes, nice little details on the side. Um, any other questions?
No, to be honest, my questions are done. I was just curious.
Very good. Well, since we've been so forthcoming with the information, I wanted to politely ask you if could I maybe have a look at your wand? You have my word of honor that I won't do anything to it. I'm merely interested to see what kind of foci or even multi-foci this might be.
What?
That's an extremely personal question to ask somebody.
Well, I have to ask questions like that because nobody has given me a primer. Until last evening, I didn't even know that there were official rules to be followed.
To be fair, I don't think
It's
any of
oh,
us knew about it. I think these rules were only given to Mina and probably just so they would mess with her, probably. Because I never heard of that.
Okay, then let me rephrase it in a different way. Is the wand you use a foci for only one sphere or multiple spheres?
That's a very personal question.
that's like asking somebody if I can hold your athame, or your sickle, or if I could drink from your chalice, man.
Damien, I think you look like a reasonable individual, and maybe one day we will tell this to each other, but it won't be today, sadly.
Why
It
is
was
this
at
so
least worth a
personal?
try. No, it's fine, it's fine. Probably I asked something that was something highly secretive and they can't leave out. At the very least, it was worth a try. It's okay, it's okay. I'll figure it out on my own. Wouldn't be the first time, and probably won't be the last time. He says with some exasperation that's probably not just coming from your guy's actions, but it sounds as if there's a long history behind that.
Um, and Mr. Tiago, have you been taught the protocols?
There we
Yes.
go again.
Oh, so it's not just me who learned the protocols.
Yep. This isn't my first rodeo. I've been awake for a couple of years now. But I
So I
grew up in
think the.
a family.
Please go right ahead. My apologies.
I grew up in a magical family. It was a big part of tradition.
So now I can be cleared that it's not something just taught to me to be messed with me.
How do you know he's telling the truth? Why don't you ask him to recite them?
I will take my leave. It was a pleasure
Because
to meet with
magical
all of you.
traditions, while they have some general overlap, vary from tradition, capital T, to tradition, capital T, to tradition, small t, to tradition, small t. Somebody who grew up with my religious backing and entered into one of the houses of Hermes is going to be very different than the person I am today with my religious backing and my magical tradition.
Again, it was a pleasure. I will take my leave. Thank you for the drinks and thank you for the conversations.
Why so abruptly?
Clear, please let it be. Uh, Damien passes the joint to Clear and
Did I do something?
just takes it to the door, unlocks the door, opens, and as she leaves, he just says, "Sorry, I didn't want to insult you. I'm just trying to get information. It's
You're
not
not
too long
insulted.
ago I was an orphan."
You're not the one who insulted me. It's completely okay. I understand the curiosity as I'm a very curious individual. One day, when we are very close friends, I am sure we will learn more about each other.
No problem. Anyway, safe travels.
Safe travels and have a good night.
You too. And he
Bye bye.
closes the door.
Bye bye. Make sure to wave.
Ah,
And she will wave the cat as well.
Did I say something?
probably, but then again, she's very focused on her task, and to be fair, that's actually quite admirable in my eyes. But we will always come across people with different paradigms, different ways of handling and viewing it. I wouldn't give it too much worry, Clear. I mean, the very fact that her uncle is having that individual work for them is probably a pretty good sign that they're trustworthy. And he sits down.
Whatever is left in the box, a cat will like take it out and then sits in the box.
Are you talking about the rolling box?
Yeah.
Six
She
won't
doesn't
It's
like.
fit in the rolling box, dude. It's a small box.
yeah, you won't even manage to
Okay.
get a foot in it.
Oh, okay.
It's like a cigar box.
Oh, okay.
Smaller than a cigar box.
Oh, okay.
Even so.
Yeah, yeah, then no.
Yeah, but we can cuddle. Because kitty cuddles is the best.
So that was that. Sorry, Tiago. It doesn't seem that you got to do a lot so far. Have you got any questions you'd like to ask me? Or
Well,
and he puts up his hands.
you are in one piece. You seem to be of sound mind. You're not running coherently in a language that I can't translate.
That was probably Old Norse. You heard me. I was just I was just thanking the Wild Mother for her gift before smoking
Said you're
it.
not rambling. I recognize prayer when I see prayer.
Ah, good.
I'm here to make sure that you are okay, not going mad, or stabbing.
Well, we're taking care of him. And I mean, he's taking care of us for the
I'm
most part. So I think, yeah, he's not going crazy. He's preventing us from going crazy, if anything. So I think he's good, right, homie?
I and he looks at Clea and just walks over and gives her a hug. You you give me the feeling that I actually belong somewhere and that I'm not all on my own. Thank you.
Well, the feeling's mutual. That's why we're all here, because we have like similar shit going on, but at least you have your shit together a bit more than me.
I have my memories back, although I have to be devilishly careful about them.
Well, anyway, you're helpful. Kat's helpful. Jesse's helpful. I'm glad you guys are here.
Yeah, and he lets you out of the embrace. As far as I'm aware, no further mind or paradox spiders have shown up. I haven't come across pretty much anyone else from my future past. I'll be giving the library a visit soon and see if I can't acquire some new documentation so that I can get back. Maybe I can even get back into the archaeology sector. That would be actually quite good. Although, if there's one thing I've realized is I probably should grab one of my fellow Verbena and just have them give me the basics.
You have
Because
it right here.
Basics of what? Not.
Okay, let's say, and I have to be careful with my wording. Before I came to Orlando, I had been freshly taken in by the Verbena, but
Alright.
there wasn't really any, initiation ritual or reading of laws that I was supposed to follow, or even some great instruction on our history, and anything in that direction. So a little induction would actually be quite welcome, I guess.
Blink, blink, blink. Head, just kind of drops to the side. So, you haven't gone through the rites and you're calling yourself a Verbena?
It was wartime back where I originally came from, and it was more like a
Still,
verbal agreement. But to answer your question, yes.
in the dark. And he just kind of holds up his hand to his head, kind of like rubs the center of his forehead, takes a few calming breaths.
Wait, what exactly does he have to do to be Verbena then?
You aren't looking to join, nor are you a member of the tradition. These are
He's probably
for,
not at liberty to say what the exact ritual would be.
go with that.
And I take it from your reaction that I obviously don't count as a proper verbena, which means I probably should be calling myself an orphan again. As much as that would sadden me, I guess that would probably stop people from wanting to hurt me.
Why would people want to hurt you?
Because they probably
You ever
won't.
heard the term witch hunt?
Yeah, I think so.
We're witches.
So,
Witch hunts happen regularly and a lot.
from who?
Probably from mortals
We are in
who.
the southern. We are in one of the deepest parts of the hard right Bible Belt. A kid a month ago was beaten into a hospital for admitting that he was pagan. He used Wiccan, the news report. He was abandoned by his family after kids at school beat him to, hospitalized.
Holy shit, things were a bit crasser 20 years ago.
But what does this have to do with Damien and his, tradition thing going on?
Well, when we can do magic. People are going to be scared of that. People don't like being scared. They'll try to get rid of what they're scared of.
Oh, well, yeah, the reason I normally use it in a very underhanded way, I cachet it in a way that it could be easily spoken of, or I even try to keep it at such a low level that nobody even realizes that I'm looking with my entropy side, for example.
See, that's why I'm using only tech. Still wink.
Well, I had to work with magic and concepts that, in their own right, were between 5,000 to 8,000 years old, because I didn't have access to any living traditions.
Right. So I would suggest if you want to call yourself and be a verbena, you get with the local circles, those in charge. You go through the rites. And if you survive, then you can call yourself a verbena. But if you were
Wait,
just
did you say if you survive?
Yes, he did.
What
yes,
exactly are those things that he has to go through?
He's probably not at liberty to speak of.
Well, you're
But
not
I.
allowed to die, okay?
Uh, uh, uh,
that's up
he.
to the wheel.
That is up to fate, if I would survive that or not. The only thing I have an influence upon is if I follow my Dharma or not. And to be able to do that, I first have to have a better idea what my Dharma is.
Can't we help you?
I've got the feeling it probably would cost me an eye or something in that direction. at least if the Nordic traditions are to be followed, that of the Germans. Although, to be
I mean,
fair, I've dug even deeper
I
back to the
mean,
rituals of the Indo-Europeans.
well, I can get you a knife. That's all it
you
takes.
you already have magic. I doubt you're gonna lose an eye.
To be fair, I'm pretty
I
good at
mean,
healing myself and others. Although, yeah, acting as a verbena, let's just say I've been on plenty of quests and I helped out a certain keeper. He gives you a knowing look.
right.
But
But
I hear you. I hear you. And you know what? I thank you for the information.
And if he
you're
dies, I'm
welcome.
coming after you. Just so you know. Because nobody else has brought that up.
Just lay low. Don't do your magic in public. You know, hit the three couple of cult shops that we got that are okay. Avalon, Spiraled Circle, and the Brick. Don't go running your mouth that you're a practicer of the old ways. There's a whole lot of bigotry in this city, especially faith-based.
Thank you for the warning, since I'm from Germany originally.
But we don't really
Yeah,
talk to people, though. Do we? No, don't. We just talk to each other, I guess.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll have to approach the whole situation with the Hierophant. It's probably better that she hears it from me than from a third party. And he looks at Tiago.
out. It is. You've put me in a difficult situation.
You know what, mate? You do you. I just want to say one thing clearly. Back when I was, at least verbally, they said I was part of the Verbena. It wasn't to trick anyone, far from it. I was very happy for the chance to finally get with the living tradition, see if I could connect with something that my ancestors were robbed of. Because sadly, not all of us were so lucky to have been born in a family which has their tradition going. Whatever tradition my ancestors had, it was cut with the coming of monotheism. So, if nothing else, please keep that in mind.
The Spanish eradicated my culture, so
And the Franks stopped my Swabian ancestors from worshipping Wotan, Thunor, and so on.
so I tell you what, I'm gonna give you, out of courtesy, 2 days. 2 days for you to get with the Hierophant and let him know. And then after that, at some point after these 2 days, I will then go to the Hierophant and go and tell him what you told me. And I guarantee you, and I'll put money on it, that if he finds out from you first, it's gonna be a lot easier than if he finds out from me.
I mean, she's cool. I don't think she's gonna be mad if you tell her, Damien. I think. I mean, she's cool with you. She's not very cool with me, but you know.
Doesn't she already know? The man with milk knows.
Who's the man with milk?
The man, what was his name? I forgot his name.
Um.
Big beard with big red beard.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Drinks
yeah.
human breast milk.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the breast milk dude. Yeah. Yeah, he's
He
cool.
knows. Doesn't the boss knows?
Well, anyway, I hear you loud and clear, Tiago.
Are, is everybody here an orphan?
No.
Oh, just me. For now, People think I should join the Court of Ecstasy, though.
Whatever makes you happy. Do your research, find the one that fits you, run with that. So you and looks over at Clea.
I'm an
Who do you?
aetherite.
I should have guessed that.
And
I
the
really should have guessed that.
and the other housemate is from the Order of Hermes, so currently I'm the only orphan, just to be on the safe side.
Well, I'm orphan for now.
Okay, the two of us.
I guess we're a bunch of misfits.
Cripples and bastards and broken things.
Who fit so well together.
I mean, yay for the Island of Misfit Toys. Just
Don't worry, I've heard you the first time.
although really you have solidified your place into having to go through the creation rites.
Creation rights? What's what exactly is that exactly?
And this is where I'm going to make the repeat gesture and motion to Damien. Oh, this is the part where you go, oh, he's not at liberty to say.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Sorry, I blanked for a moment, out of
It's okay.
character. So yes, Awichi goes, he's probably not at liberty to speak about it. We'll
Yeah.
have to accept it. Let it go.
Tradition secrets are tradition secrets.
Well, yeah.
And if he is going around saying that he's a member of the Verbena, one of the children of the Wick, one of the dancers of the wild, one of the
I have a
sons.
question for you. Are all of you in the Verbena so, full of yourselves? Thinking that you're better than everyone else? Because that's the vibe I've been
Damien face
getting.
palms.
Because, yeah, that's the vibe I've been getting from a lot of you. I mean, except Damien, because he's cool.
I'm going to have a nap. And
We
she kind of gets up and goes and just truffles away.
are a very proud and sacred tradition. We run our ways through a supernatural society. We have survived the burnings at Salem. We have survived the hangings in England. We've survived the atrocities in the American South. We have been put to the irons by the church. So yes, we are proud because of who we are. And that gives us strength of character, that gives us purpose, that gives us desire.
Mm, whatever.
That
It's not like the rest of us are worse than you or under you. Like, mm, never mind. Forget I said anything.
they say the Order of Hermes is a house is the tradition who houses the most hubris.
Yeah, I don't
That's
disagree, but I think you're pretty
that's not
close.
entirely true. We're the ones who survived all the killing. We're the ones that survived all the killings the chorister did. That's one thing the verbena do. We survive, we adapt, we evolve, we fight.
You do what the life sphere does, and what all life does.
Exactly. Adapt, evolve, and overcome.
Verriss oder stirb, he says in German. Does anyone here understand German?
Nope.
Fat chance of that.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah. Oh, pardon me. But yes. It is either you're able to eat what is being dealt out and survive and evolve, or stirb, die. That I can respect. One of the things that drew me to you guys in the first place. Anyway, to avoid any more questions that can't be answered, I hope that you were able to enjoy our hospitality.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate it. It was very kind.
You have my word of honor. If nothing else, before the 2 days over, I will have spoken with the Hierophant about it. I was myself quite surprised that there was no initiation ritual. Now I know
There's
why.
a lot of them. There's the ones that my particular faith would put you through are a lot. Just hope you don't get me to put you through them.
Well, I have lost a leg, I have lost a heart for the greater good. What is an eyesight or pain to me?
It's not your eyesight or pain you should be worried about.
Are you threatening him?
No, I'm not.
No, he isn't.
I'm letting him know that if he gets me to administer his creation and initiation rites, he does not have to worry about pain or suffering unto his own body.
To the soul itself.
No. I come from Aztec and Maya traditions.
Oh, look at that.
We'll have you make a sacrifice of some one thing.
Difficult. Anyone I could have
You guys are making sacrifices?
is in the future. And that is also something that was different back in my time. Human sacrifices were very rare. But different times, different
times, different
Human
cultures.
Exactly.
sacrifices? That's what you will have him do?
Depends on what the gods want.
What the hell? Okay, that's
Damien starts walking to the door and unlocks it.
that's fucked up, man. That's really fucked up.
It all depends on what the gods want.
What if they want a fucking baby?
That's what the gods want.
And you call yourselves better than the rest of us? Wow. No offense.
He opens the door and, as politely as he can, gestures for Tiago to go through it, while keeping his eyes on Clear. Clear, Please let the nice gentleman leave.
Well, I'm not holding anyone. Well, bye, dude.
Verbally hostage.
Yes,
Please,
well,
do this for me.
nice. It was nice to meet both of you. And since you are an archaeologist and you're into anthropology by trade, if you ever want a religious or philosophical discussion, I'd be glad to assist you. And he will make his way out the door, and as he does, he will open up. He'll reach into a shirt pocket, pull out an orange blossom on a stem, and just kind of tuck it in his hair for safekeeping. Just make sure you're all right.
Thank you. And he simply goes, the other offer? That one I definitely would like to take up. The wisdom of cultures that went before us have proven very helpful to me. Anyway, safe travels.
Ah, indeed. You too. Take care and brush water at your feet and all that.
I know what you mean. Thank you.
And he will go get in his car, start it, and drive away. And as he leaves, you notice there are a few more bees in the shrubs and on the trees and the plants at the home, harvesting more often.
That's okay. That doesn't really bother my mage. So he sees him off, closes the door, turns around. Oh, okay, Clea, feel free. Sorry, but I didn't want that situation to escalate. He was already giving some very
Okay, so. Okay.
holy
So he
shit.
wants you to sacrifice someone?
Someone, something, depending on what the auguries or the high priests or maybe even the spirits that manifest themselves as gods ask for. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
Although I am quite shocked that human sacrifice was intimated. Let's just say back in my timeline, that was like a big no-no. If somebody got sacrificed, A, they had to do it willingly, and B, that would be for some seriously dangerous and potent mojo. So, shit, things 20 years back are definitely a bit crass in other ways. Shit. Oh, this is gonna give me headaches.
Yeah, just hope it's not him who gives you the thing. Well, I don't know. What he said sounded like dangerous shit.
Um,
Why are
yeah.
all my friends in danger? I don't know how to do to protect you people.
Quite frankly, I'm having second thoughts.
About what?
If I want to continue with the verbena, back when I joined, human sacrifice was off the table. That was a big point for me.
Well,
I know the importance of sacrifice. By the gods, I've done my fair share. That's for sure.
look, talk with a blind chick. I think. I mean, she seems to be more reasonable, right? I think.
She, yeah. I'll have to see and make it clear to her that I wasn't going around, just saying that because I thought it was fun. Back when I joined, it was a verbal thing, but everyone seemed cool with it, so I didn't question it.
Yeah, it's scary.
Mind you, well, only was a verbena. let's say before I came through the portal, it was like I'd only been for a few days, and then the Avatar storm got me. So I wasn't lying what I was saying, and I don't fancy lying, not to my fellow
Yeah, I have no
mages.
reason to think that you were. Why would you say that if you didn't know it to be true? Like, mm. But
Mm.
you could have lied to this guy though.
I have methods of deducing the truth using life. He most likely could do something either the same or a different route. And you know what? This is probably better. I rather clear the air and find out where I stand, and it be me who goes to her and breaches the subject than him, because that would definitely give a very bad impression on me,
Yeah.
and it would probably make doubt grow. And that's the last thing I need. I'm a
Well, if you want me for backup, I can come with you.
sort of a silent backup, yes.
Yeah, I promise. I'll shut up. I won't say
You
anything.
know, just for the unlikely case that they decide that they want to sacrifice me on the altar, feel free to let rip whatever you have. And
Yeah, I think I'll just pick you up and run away.
yeah,
uh,
mind you, if they try anything funny, I can turn my very skin into touch poison.
that's fine. I'll grab you with my good arm.
Ah, your non-biological one. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, man, I can't believe we're making plans of like escaping from your own people. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't compute.
My people were more chill. Let's put it that way. They were definitely more chill, and and I was very happy at their side. They welcomed me in. It was I had the feeling like finally I could
Look,
get hold of something that, well, for the lack of a better word, I'd call a birthright of mine. Maybe reconnecting with the traditions of my ancestors, but
well, to be fair, the number two dude, he seems pretty cool, doesn't he? I mean, apart from the stick thing, because I don't know why people like to beat me up, but anyway, apart from that, he seemed cool. He's chill. Like he makes fun of himself all the time, which
number
is,
two, who is that?
you know, the dude at the park when we found you.
Yeah. Ah, Iroh. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, Iroh.
Awesome, awesome guy. I have to say, especially if you're all hazy after an Avatar storm, that guy is just like I don't know what it's about him, but you just feel at ease when he's around. You know, as if you could implicitly trust him.
Yeah, yeah, he's cool.
Yeah. But yes, within the next 1 2 days, I'll I'll get that cleared up with the
Oh, yeah, and
Hierophant.
hit me up. I'll come with you.
Yes, please. I'd be very happy for the moral support.
Yeah, I'll be there, dude. Anyway, I'm gonna go and work some more on those circuits. And, well, I'll talk to you later. I guess that was a lot of discussions today. My brain's
Yeah.
tired.
Oh, just one question. You're pretty good with a matosphere, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you able to empower clothing?
Yeah, I've done it on mine. I can do something for you.
Hmm,
I will just have to take it to my sanctum.
yeah,
We can
yeah.
go there at some point. I mean, I haven't taken anyone there, but I trust you. You're my friend.
I trust you too, Claire.
Okay, then we'll do that.
Um, yeah. It's actually, and he shows you the woolen cloak with the 9 red diamond decorations on the inside, and on both sides there's a white leather rimming following it.
Oh,
If you
that's really
could,
cool.
thank you. I made it myself. Um, yeah, if you're able to empower this and make it tougher, I'd very much appreciate it because the armor I had before I came here got shredded in the Avatar storm.
Oh,
Nothing was left. That's probably the reason why I came out as relatively unharmed as I did.
probably. Yeah, I'll give it a look. See, we'll go there.
I,
After the
you know,
thing, and we can do that. Yes.
yeah, whatever is doable, you have the time. No, no stress. He smiles.
Oh yeah, don't worry. We'll
And
get
if you
it
don't
done.
mind, I'll just roll up another one, and I'll just think about my situation.
Yeah, just chill. Don't worry, man. We'll figure it out.
I don't think that she will try to hurt me, especially if I explain what the situation was.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
She is on the whole a very reasonable person. She just hasn't got the greatest of patience.
Yeah, but she has good weed, so
Yeah,
I guess I can
and
overlook some things.
yeah, call me a fatalist, although I like to call myself a stoic. Should the fates divine that the Verbena kick me out, you know what? I survived before, not being in a tradition. Something tells me I probably would survive it again. Let's
Yeah,
hope, though, that isn't the
positive
case.
attitude. That's what matters. And she will walk
Moving
out.
forward,
She will walk out saying that and go to the
yeah,
garage and continue the thing. Because I'll have to end the thing anyway, because I
no
have
problem.
another thing going on.
He lights up, and with that, we close the scene.
Yeah. So, thank you, players, for playing and watchers for watching. We'll see you next time.